Hello, this is Lord Haha for Iggy's Toy Parade and Soldier Review. And today we have a special visit to the Forgotten Toy Box. And now here's Iggy. Hello everyone, this is Iggy. And today I'm visiting a place called the Forgotten Toy Box. This place is actually around the corner from where I live. I didn't know it was here. I found it by accident. And sometimes you can find some surprising things in unlikely places. This is just an ordinary strip mall, kind of a dilapidated and outdated strip mall, as you can see. And I found this shop, so we're going to take a look. I asked the owner if it was okay if we filmed. And he's got G.I. Joe, Marvel, and DC collectibles. He's really got a lot of Star Wars. Also sells comic books. So let's go in and take a look and see what we've got. This is, by the way, is located on Beach Boulevard in Jacksonville, Florida. And you're in for a big treat when you see this. Right off the bat, we have 1/6 scale Princess Leia on a speeder bike. And I used to have a biker scout, and I sold it to a guy in Australia for $75. I don't even know where to begin. There's so much stuff. There's a couple people over here. I don't want to bother them, so I'll come to the right and start you over here. It's just unbelievable. I don't even know how you could keep track of the inventory.
That's a problem.
This is the owner, by the way. What is your name?
Hey guys, my name is Tri Bowman.
And how did you get started with this?
I have been it was the '89 Batman, Michael Keaton Batman movie.
Yes.
I saw that, and that's what got me into comic books. So I saw.
I
that
actually
movie.
collected the '89 Batman things.
Yeah, well, that's actually what got me into comics. So I'm local, so I lived at the beach my whole life. So back in the day, it was Dragon's Tail was the comic shop to go to.
Right.
So I went to Dragon's Tail and basically started reading Batman, and then Ninja Turtles came out, and in '90, and then I started reading the Ninja Turtle comics, both the Archie and the Mirage, and then I started buying the Ninja Turtle figures, and then pretty much.
So Batman is responsible for all of this.
Well, it was really McFarlane. Once he got onto the Spider-Man and then moved on to Spawn. Once that Spawn stuff started coming out in the 94, 93, 94, 95 era, that's what really got me into toys, was buying those. And then, of course, the Power of the Force.
Now, did your parents ever buy you things for, like, your birthday and Christmas?
Yeah.
Or?
Well, yeah, they did. My mom always did. Even when I was 15, 16, she would still, buy whatever I wanted. My dad gave me a little hard time. He's since,
My dad was like that. Yeah. And what do you want that for? You don't waste your money, save it.
But I've always dabbled, always collected. Even like when I started college, in my late teens, early 20s, I was still.
So this shop started off as your personal collection and then grew from that?
It started, yes, for the most part. We've been open just coming up on 2 years now.
When did you open this shop?
We opened this in July 1st of 2020.
Okay, do you have other shops around?
No, this is our only one. When we did open, my old partner, I did open with a partner.
Right.
And he is the owners of the Awesome Toys here in town. So, but we did split at the end of our first year because he wanted to do other shops outside of Jacksonville, and he had other things he wanted to do. So I basically just
Now, where is that other shop located?
Awesome Toys, there is one in the west side, which is Awesome Toys Jacks.
Okay.
Which is, I believe it's Lane Avenue and Blanding. It's in the west side. You can look it up, Awesome Toys Jacks, you'll find it.
Okay. Are you guys still friends, or are you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, that's good.
We are definitely still acquaintances. We're business friends. We still refer each other to, customers to each other's shops.
Yeah.
But he does have a shop there. He has a shop in Mandarin. And then he's got one in Daytona now.
Now, you mentioned your wife was relieved to get some of this out of the house.
Yeah, I mean, like most people, who collect, they want their own space, and I did have my own space, and I was fortunate enough, and she let me, do what as long as it stays in that room, you're good. So,
Well,
it
I
did
gotta
work.
say, it's a very impressive collection,
Yeah.
and also, you're a very personable person. Sometimes collectors are more
Oh,
introverted,
I love this
and
stuff.
you've got a very good personality that
I
would,
appreciate that.
to me,
Thank you.
matches what you're doing here.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, we want people to feel welcome if they come in. I
Well,
mean, everyone.
you do make me feel that way. I've been
Yeah.
in hobby stores where they would follow me around like I was stealing or something, and it was very uncomfortable. I
Well, we got
didn't.
cameras. I mean, we can keep an eye in the sky, but for the most part, we just want people to come in, take a look around. Even if you're not buying anything, just come in and take a look. See, we got stuff. Now, again, I'm 40, coming on 47, so my vintage is late 70s, 80s.
Right.
We do have some older collectors.
Something that you relate to.
Yeah, I mean that's what I grew up with.
Right.
We don't have a whole lot of like 60s or 70s.
Well, it's getting harder to find that kind of
that's
stuff.
exactly what I was going to say. It does not come in anymore.
The parents of the people that had that are probably passing away, and
Yeah.
it
It's
ends up
already
in a
been found and
landfill.
given. Yeah, it's already been found and either sold, traded,
Yeah,
or whatever
on eBay or something.
Yeah.
You know?
Even 80s stuff is getting harder and harder to find. The new genres, the late 80s, 90s now is what we seem to be the new vintage, if you will.
Right,
Um,
right.
But yeah, we love people.
Well,
to
it's
come in and take a look.
I'm just really blown away. I walked in and it took my breath away. I'm like, oh my god, how did he get all this in here? I would hate to have to move inventory it.
And the mess. This is not. This is just a collection that I picked up yesterday. So
What, this right here?
yeah, all this stuff in the box going down. This all just
Oh,
came
what
in,
what
so-
was it? An estate sale or what?
No, it was another fellow collector. He's just changing gears, and
He said, okay, gotta make room.
Certain stuff, is on the chopping block.
Yeah,
so-
I got a lot of problems with trying to get room. My collection's in storage, which
Yeah.
doesn't do me any good.
Well, that's one of the because if it's in the storage, you're paying on the storage. You can't actually see it, enjoy it.
No, I
and
can't.
that's how we do
No.
end up getting some of it because people are just like, it's not doing me any good. And in a lot of this, what happens is as we get new stuff in, because we sell, but we also trade out too.
Right,
So
right.
some people might bring in some stuff to trade to go to something else, and
Well, I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to me
Awesome.
and
Yeah,
to my
man.
friends.
yeah.
And I'll circle around and show them what you've got, and encourage them to come here
Yeah.
because some of my friends are still buying,
Right.
and
Oh, it's just fun to just come in and take a look and see everything, 'Cause
Yes.
We buy and sell. We buy and sell and trade, so we're getting stuff. We get stuff weekly, so you can come in, today, and you come in a month from now, and stuff could be,
Different.
Yeah. So
yeah,
you
that's
just never
great.
know.
It's great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your time. I
Yeah,
really
no problem.
appreciate it.
And let me just say, you can find us on Facebook or Instagram. Just look up the Forgotten Toy Box.
Forgotten Toy
That's
Box.
my plug. Thank you.
And what is the street address here?
The address is 9936 Beach Boulevard, Jacksonville, Florida 32246.
And what's a good phone number for them to contact
Our phone
you?
number is 904-672-7890. I'm so
Okay.
used
May
to
I
my
have your
personal-
card?
Yes, you can.
Thank you. Well, that's awesome. Thank you very much.
Yes.
And I'll circle around and
Awesome.
take it. Gosh, I gotta say my heart's skipping a beat here. I
a little
particularly
overwhelming.
like all the Star Wars stuff. I don't know the new Star Wars too well, but
Well,
the older Star Wars I do
Star
know.
Wars is just a great example because it brings in new collectors, old collectors, your casual collector, the person who doesn't even collect. I mean, because it's so big and so worldwide.
Yes,
There's something for everyone in Star Wars. So
and there's so much of it. I
yeah,
mean,
and all the younger folks, all the young adults who are in their late 20s, 30s, their vintage, what they grew up is the Clone Wars. That's the biggest thing for them. So
Right,
that's the
yeah.
popularity of the Clone Wars nowadays is because that's all the kids back then, they're adults.
Well, I talked to some kids at work. They'd never seen the original Star Wars. They
Yeah.
grew up with Episode 1.
Yep. That's
And
it.
I'm like, really? You never saw A New Hope? He said, no.
Episode 1, 2, and 3, and then Cartoon Network had the Clone Wars cartoon. Well, they had the first one, then they had the.
Do you remember the old? They had a TV show for the Ewoks back in the was it 70s or 80s?
Oh, it was 80s, but yes.
And then they also had droids.
Yep. Yeah, the cartoons for them.
Yeah. I found a figure from Droids, but I don't think I kept it
Oh.
because I liked the original one better.
Well, at that time, that was when Return of the Jedi ended and it was done. I had switched gears at that point because Transformers was just coming out in that '84 period.
Right. Yeah.
So
right. Yeah.
I had switched gears from Star Wars as a kid to Transformers. So unfortunately, I missed out on the good Power of the Force guys, the droids, the Ewok figures, because I was into Optimus Prime and Megatron at that point. So yeah.
Well, thank you for your time.
Yeah,
Did you happen to see that video on YouTube where they have like a life-size Transformer that stands up and opens up and everything?
Have seen it. Yes.
That's awesome.
That is. And there's actually a lot of, like, in the different toy groups and everything, I've seen where not on that same scale as that big and everything, but definitely smaller scales, but people have built their own.
Oh, they have like little robots and stuff.
But
that's awesome.
It's very impressive,
Yeah, well, thank you for your time. I don't mean to interrupt you while you're taking inventory here, because you got a lot of work ahead of you here.
Yep.
That's like one person's entire collection right there.
Yeah.
Well, I'll circle around, and then I can get out of your hair so you can be taking care of business. It's just so much I don't know where to start here. Okay.
Yeah, man.
And this, of course, goes from the floor all the way up to the ceiling. And there's aisles and aisles of this. And a lot of it I don't even think I've seen before, like these dinosaurs here. Look at the size of that one. It's like a baby, like a real baby T-Rex or something. He has some pretty cool stuff here. And then they have packaged, quite a bit of packaged things, and also loose items. But as you can see here, a lot of carded figures from a lot of different, a variety of things like Spawn and Mortal Kombat. Some of these things I'm not familiar with because, being 66 years old, I kind of grew up on a different set of things like G.I. Joe, the original G.I. Joe. But a few of them I can recognize. And there's some retro things like King Kong. Yeah. Some Star Trek. I have a lot of Star Trek stuff. I sold off half of my Star Trek collection when I was unemployed to help pay the rent, which was painful to do. And here's Masters of the Universe. I also had a fairly large Masters of the Universe collection, and I had to sell that off when I was unemployed. You got to do what you got to do. This thing over here I've never seen before. This is kind of cool. They're like army man size. That's what the figures look like. I don't want to open it because I think he's got a sign up here this to not touch. So I need to not touch. This is all the smaller scaled loose G.I. Joes and a few packaged ones. Uh, Alright, let's head down this way. I remember seeing some larger scale Star Wars figures that I thought were pretty cool. Check this out. It's got quite a number of them here. Let's take one of these out so you can see. This is Luke in the Stormtrooper outfit from the Death Star. And there's one I wanted to show you that I thought was really cool. That's this one over here. And there's the original Anakin Skywalker before Hayden Christensen took over the role. And this is one of my favorite Star Wars characters right here. Grand Moff Tarkin. I don't want to open that up because, you know, it adds to the item becoming shelf worn. All right, let's, wait, they got Pirates of the Caribbean figures. That's cool. Oh, wait, he's got Indiana Jones. One of the most hated figures is Mutt Williams. A lot of Mutt Williams. I have a bunch of these Indiana Jones figures. Here's just a random Chewbacca sitting on a table. And then they have, oh, I didn't see these my first pass around. What is this? Oh, it's all modern military, though. I like the World War II stuff. Yeah, this is modern military. But that's cool. Oh, wait, here's Ultimate Soldier, 82nd Airborne. Very cool. And a 40th anniversary. I love this stuff. This is the first set I ever got as a kid. Back in 1964, my dad took a business trip to Chicago, and he came back with this and a sailor, which I always thought was funny. And I had the only sailor who was a parachutist. And I have a few of these. I thought the guy looked like Sean Connery from A Bridge Too Far. So very cool, very cool. So, a couple more figures down there. I think there's Star Trek over here.
Okay. All right, bye.
No? Oh, I guess it's over here. I used to have all these, but after I got divorced, I had to sell off my stuff to pay the rent, pay bills and stuff. And he even has Hot Wheels cars. I remember when I was 13, my parents moved, and I gave all my Hot Wheels cars to my neighbor, and I'm sorry I did that because I'd like to have them back now because they were from 1968, 69. They were pretty cool. Now, I don't know anything about Halo because I don't play video games. So I'm not good at stuff like that. But he has a large collection of that here. And I'll bring you over here. You got the Legends figures, which are pretty good size and have great detail to them also. And there's my ex-girlfriend. Let's see what else we got here. And back in this corner is comic books and a Y-wing fighter hanging from the ceiling. He even sells some t-shirts, it looks like. And she looks like a nice girl. And I'll take you down this aisle. This aisle, he has a lot of Star Wars here. And other things. I, at one time, had a large collection of Fantastic Four and superheroes, DC superheroes, and Marvel superheroes, but it's all gone. Same thing. And sweetly. Okay, I need to stop that. That's annoying. Okay, so we'll come down this way. I used to have a very large Batman collection, and I started collecting these also, or something. I think mine were smaller than that. They were more like this. And here's the more detailed figures for Batman. I never had any of those. And come along here, a lot of boxed things here. I have something similar to this, but it's without the Biker Scout. It's just the AT-AT, but the same kind of packaging. You got a more detailed I kind of look like Jabba now that I've gained weight. I went to the doctor today, and she said I'm 280 pounds, which of course is obese, so I guess I won't be around much longer. And we got all different kinds of Star Wars figures here, you know, from the various releases that they went through. So if you're looking for a Star Wars figure that somehow missed your collection, this is the place to come. You got, well, that's a bigger AT. I have AT-ATs that are that size. That one's a lot bigger. So is that Millennium Falcon. You know, and a Wampa. Hello, Wampa.
I mean, it would almost be like half that.
And I have that. I used to have a vintage ATST.
If you weren't in the cartoon, that's all I know.
Anyway, well, that's it for today, guys. Thank you for coming along. And
what was the other one at?
there you go. That's it.
Oh, I see him right
all
there.
Right.
Yeah. The sparkly sword and
all
the
right.
staff thing, yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you.
See you later, guys. Have fun.
Thank you, man.
All right, everyone. That's my tour of the shop, and thank you for getting Iggy with it, and happy trails. Bye-bye.